As the time grows, as you live longer in the house, the green grows.
But I know for sure the day will come when you first realize what you have done, and you finally get your debt repaid and revenge is served on a cold plate. On a cold plate.
So the facade grows, the green around you grows, and the design becomes better and better with time. So this project's called Nature's Abode. It's basically home with the nature. It's a small plotted development in a place called Shahbad in Haryana. It's approximately 250 gaj, what we call, which is approximately 220 square meters. So my name's Tawish. I am an architect and I have my master's in construction management. So it's a two-storied house, ground plus one. There are 2 bedrooms on the ground floor and 2 bedrooms on the first floor. So you can find all the details about the project in terms of video and an ebook, which contains all the drawings, details on Buildofy.com. If you have any queries, you can ask in the YouTube comment section below. The client was very open to understanding the greens, which was kind of surprise for us. However, it was definitely a very good thing which was happening with the project. Definitely they are nature lovers. We wanted to develop something which stands out, which stays green and definitely grows with time. Be it the front of the house, be it in between the spaces which are coming in the houses. From any room, we're able to see greens. We live amongst the greens. That was the concept of the project. So there is an approach road which is coming in along with the park. We have a north on the back, so it's a south facing side. The facade is the signature element. It's a green wall. Eventually we had to come up with certain smaller pockets which have green presence, easier to maintain, easier to work on, as well as giving a prominent green facade to the house. These are concrete planters which have been built up, which have green. So there are approximately 24 planters which are coming on the facade, having at least 2 to 3 plants in each of them. So that's approximately 60 to 70 plants which are coming in the facade itself. So just a small elevation having 60 to 70 plants gives an image of a green wall. So concrete being the material, it's very subtle. It just merges behind the green, just hides itself. It does not give any kind of contrasting image, as well as it's a very maintenance-free material. On the ground floor, we are entering through gate and a wicket gate. When we go further, we have a green space coming, which is also shared by a water body in the beginning itself. Then there is a patch of green, which not only comes at the bottom of the space, which also engulfs from the sides of the window. And through the bay window, we have a complete wind going, which gets cold through the water body and moves inside. We have an entrance foyer. The entrance foyer is overlooking at a courtyard space. The foyer leads to a dining cum kitchen space. Now we have a completely open kitchen coming on this side of the house, and this becomes the dining space, which further leads to the lobby. And we have 2 bedrooms on the ground. One becomes here, one becomes here, both adjoining a toilet. When we look at the lobby space, it gives the openness to the house. The open kitchen, dining, lobby all together formulate a space which, if required, which is very common in these small towns, that we have gatherings of 30, 40, 50 people. So these spaces can be easily utilized for such gatherings. Secondly, the openness in the space brings in a lot of natural light. No artificial lighting is required in the daytime. And we have the staircase coming from this side. Staircase has a very important detail in the house. It's connecting the open space of the lobby with the upper floor, and most importantly, the sleekness of the staircase was something we wanted. The staircase in itself, if becomes very heavy, then the openness in this particular plan does not reflect in the staircase. So it was very important for us to design a very sleek staircase. We used all vernacular materials in the house which were locally available. I would not say these are indigenous, but yet manufactured materials which are available locally. The teams also which participated in doing all the works were locally available. So once we approach from the staircase, we have a corridor. That corridor runs us through the space. Again, the courtyard, and there is a sitting space over here. Now the bedrooms, this is one of the bedroom block and this is the other bedroom block. And we have a lobby coming here, which moves into our green wall balcony space. So we're sitting on the first floor. Now this is the corridor which goes towards the first floor balcony where the green wall is. Now this particular space is a reading section where you have a huge 12 feet wide sitting space overlooking the courtyard. These materials which were coming in the interiors had to complement the overall image of the house. So the materials are not something which attracts your eyes, it's always the greens which is attracting your eyes. If we see, this becomes our green space. This becomes our green space. And again on the back side, we have the green space. Considering that we had a south-north orientation, it was a luck for us that we could use the north light. On both the floors, our bedrooms, our lobby have full height windows which bring in maximum north light to the space. On the upper floor, where we are talking about the green coming in, so we have box openings being developed through the planters, through the openings which are coming by alternate planters coming in each row, have this as the venturi, giving us this wind pattern again through the open plan and the facade turning out on the front. It was an important thing that the connectivity from the outside is not lost. That's why having a green wall also required a puncher in between from where you can look, you can talk to your neighbors who are walking on the street, you can have a complete connection from the outside. It creates a venturi impact. The landscaping again was an important aspect, how we did the landscaping. The below 3 layers of the planters had majorly curtain creepers going outwards. So what we wanted that the facade gets covered with the creepers which are just hanging down. And from the insides there are certain flowering plants which are seasonal, as well as there are ferns which are coming in. We have least maintenance plants coming at the top. One thing which came from the clients itself as well as from the neighbors and the surrounding people, that ये paint होगा या नहीं, it would stay like a plastered building, what they view it as, not a concrete facade, and how the finishing would look like in time. Once the greens were in place, everyone was just shut, so they did not come back with anything like when is the paint happening or anything.
हमें फेवरेट पार्ट ये courtyard लगा सबसे ज़्यादा अच्छा. जैसे किचन में काम करते हैं तो बहुत अच्छा फीलिंग होता है, ग्रीनरी भी नज़र आती है, भगवान जी के भी दर्शन होते हैं, वेंटिलेशन बहुत अच्छा है घर का. तो हमें तो 1 साल हुआ, पता ही नहीं चल रहा भाई साल हुआ है या 1 महीना हुआ है.
बेसिकली जो मेरा जो यहाँ पे फेवरेट एरिया है वो मेरा टेरेस गार्डन है, क्योंकि वहाँ पे बैठ के हम पूरी फैमिली मेम्बर्स हम वहाँ बैठ के कोई भी फेस्टिवल होता है वहाँ पे सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, सॉन्ग्स सिंग करते हैं, और मतलब जैसे लोहड़ी जैसे फंक्शंस को वहाँ पे बैठ के एंजॉय करते हैं, जो कि हम नहीं बेसिकली घर में रहते हुए नहीं कर सकते. और बहुत अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस है इस घर में हमारा रहने का.
It's been more than 1 year now. The client has shifted in the house and they're in love with the house, how they have been staying. It just makes them feel so much in love with the nature which they have all around them. Having a temple which they reach out within the trees, having a sit-out space where you can just have your coffee, you can sit in the evening. Everything has been surrounded with nature.